Yes, it is. I was just making a movie, but was it something quick that you wanted? I wouldn't disagree with that. I didn't know that, so thank you for doing that. Very good. Yeah, that's very good. I like that. I love that. I love that. No, I mean, you just wonder, how do they define creativity? That's the first thing. What does it mean to them? Clearly, you can't answer that any more than I can. But the other thing that you need to understand is, actually, ironically enough, I don't believe in the word creativity. I've always thought creativity is the sort of province of God, you see. And what I think they mean by creativity is actually just hard work and not having any and trying not to have too many preconceptions and discovering what something could be, whether it's a teaspoon or a city, and having lots of fun. This is all quite good for my movie, actually. The camera's rolling, you know. No, it's just something that we're making for India. All about e-technology, so it's quite right. So you're on the phone, there's a bit of high technology on the other side of the table here. And I think it can all fit very well. Once again, Fast what? Fast company. Okay. Send me the link. That would save me that. It's W Alsop, one word, at Alsop Architects, one word, .com. Okay, mate. Thank you. Okay, bye. Fast something. She's sending me the link. What does she do? She's from BD. But she said she just wanted a response because they voted me the most creative architect. It's nice, isn't it? But on the list that I've beaten is Zaha, Hedgehog and Moron. The whole list, really. Don't know. I didn't even make the list.
So what they're really interested in is the idea of practicing technology. So how technology features in your mind as you're approaching and carrying out a project.
Well, I'd say that the use of technology in the process of discovering a piece of architecture or design or whatever you like to call it in process is, I think, the first thing I should say, there are no rules. And you can use technology, and you can also equally usefully not use technology. And by not using technology, I mean, like the person in the background, I'm not sure what's coming up on the picture, you can draw. You can draw big, you can draw small, you can paint, and I believe that you can use any device you like to try and put noise into the system. Because what you want to start off with on a new project is lots of noise, and slowly, maybe, or sometimes very fast, you can turn it into a bit of music. Now, that's one way, but alongside and in parallel to that, we have all of this stuff available to us, information, a lot of it coming through the screen on your desk. And clearly we can travel around the world on Google Earth. We can get an idea of places that we've never been to, and you can respond to those things. And you can see things in a different way. And of course, equally, as Google Earth develops its own technology, then more and more of that you can see what might be in real time in certain movies in certain places, as they're beginning to do now. Or I very much like the addition of the three-dimensional buildings that appear in some cities. Notably, Manhattan has more of them, I think, than any other city that I've checked out. But other cities are growing in that way. So we have a sort of three-dimensional image of the world from our desktop. That is extraordinary, particularly if you've never been to a place and you think, oh, check it out. It's good for checking on holiday locations, of course. But so that's one sort of information, to see places from the air. I mean, equally, if you're designing something for a particular place, you have to go there. There's no substitute for that. But to be able to see it from the air is good. Let's see what's around it and study things. And also, what's very interesting on programs like Flickr, in certain parts of the cities, where ordinary people are downloading their photographs. What do they photograph? What do they find interesting? One assumes that what they've got, what they choose to photograph, is something that is of interest to them. And so I think that's another source of it gives you a bit of a clue, really. And obviously you can then start to sketch on your computer, and this is the great thing that I use, not very successfully. Well, I do use it, but other people like George and Tim are much better at it than me. Lightwave, you can get very quickly, you can get three-dimensional forms which are hollowed out, so you see internal space as well as external space. It gives you, again, an idea. I've just finished curating the Royal Academy Summer Show, and obviously a lot of my attention went onto the architecture room. And it's interesting to see, well, I was trying to encourage people to send in models, physical models, and a lot of them did. You can see how, you can begin to see, though, which interests me, the effect of and the availability of laser cutters now. So you can see which offices have got laser cutters, because it has an influence on the models and therefore the design of things that they're doing. So although I disagree with the technique influencing what you do, and I've been against that all my life, inevitably, if you can cut very small sort of fretwork holes in a piece of brass, it's rather a great fun thing to do, because it's making all these sort of, some of these high-tech architects into, they find it very easy to do sort of Arab screens, I've noticed, and so they become actually sort of vernacular architects instead of high-tech or modern architects, whatever you like to be. I think that's an interesting influence of technology on the behaviour of some architects. Of course, many colleges of architecture and universities, not so many individual offices, but it will come, have three-dimensional modelling as well, which goes straight from the computer into a three-dimensional object. I don't think there's any real substitute for having something in the round. That's why